Thank you for joining us. We are Catherine and Tanya, Twin Flames in Union. Together we are the Twin Flame Mystique 1111, linking the bridge from the divine within to unity consciousness. On today's podcast, Twin Flame Ego Death is here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes?
Well, I was not ready, but
Yeah. Look, we're the Twin Flame Raw.
we're through it now, so
That's
at
right.
least do the most of it.
That's right. You want to know what's going on or have an example of how to get through it? Here we are. Here we are.
So our journey, mission, and path is a little different in that we came in backwards. We came into 3D union before 5D.
Right.
union.
Right.
So we never had like a separation period.
Right.
Only from our karmics, our false twins, did we have a separation, but not from each other. We came close. A few times during the ego death, and that's why we wanted to share this with you.
Right.
Because we went through it together, and it was challenging. It was beyond challenging. It was
Beyond challenging. This is why, through us, Spirit has said many times, our truth is in our healing. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can tell you exactly what that is. Because everything is energy, it is a path or a tool of healing that is one that resonates with you. That's the one that's going to work. That's the one that's going to help you.
So for the last almost 2 years, we've been here together, and it took almost that long for us to reach that 5D union.
Yes.
Because we were working backwards.
Right.
Trying to figure things out, like reverse engineering in a way.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got all the way back to Atlantis, where it all began, and found out the root, block that we had.
Yes.
And with that came the ego death, and it was everything. Everything that no longer serves me, they mean everything.
Everything.
Because your goal is to become a clear channel for your higher self and whatever energy being that you're here to channel, because we're all channels.
Right.
So through this ego death process, we came up with some tools that can help you guys not waste a lot of time, with wondering what to heal or what's going to happen next or whatever.
Right.
So I'll let you talk about
Right.
that.
Well, that's why we came in backwards. Like Tanya said, it's that reverse engineering. Our path in this human experience is to contribute to an instruction manual, per se, for divine union, for our contribution to unity consciousness. All of us light workers have a responsibility to it, because all of us light workers carry our piece of the puzzle, our personal light code that is needing to be integrated into the light grid that makes up
The new earth.
the new earth. That is right, the universal consciousness of unconditionality, which is love. That's the whole reason we are here, is love.
Not to suffer, not to go through, terrible karma. That's not why we're here. We're here to heal. And when we heal ourselves, we heal the world.
We heal the planet.
And, we're getting closer and closer to that. Being able to, as more and more people come online. And that's what we want to help you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to result in an ego death.
And not just one, honey.
Yeah, not just one ego death, but all the ego deaths that you need.
Right.
To finally get into union.
Right.
And, if you're waiting for your person to have their ego death and you haven't had yours, I thought I had mine a long time ago. I was wrong.
Very wrong. I was.
And so was my twin.
As I was.
Right now, the collective is not in their free will.
That's right.
Until you go through these series of ego deaths, you're not in your free will.
That's right.
Once you get through the ego deaths, then you have your free will.
Right. And the reason why you don't have your free will when you are in 3D is because your social conditioning has that hold on you. You're in the will of the social conditioning. You're in the will of the expectations and the insecurities of others. And of their parents, and of their parents, and of their parents, and of their parents. Not of your own.
Anything and everything that was placed upon you or told to you that you're not in alignment with and never were.
Right.
Everything to do with that.
Right.
You have to open your heart. And the only way that you can do that is to shed everything. You have to look at your darkness, your dark side, because we all have it. If you're a twin flame, you've done just as much quote-unquote evil as you have good, because that's all part of the process.
Right.
That's part of the process to get you back where you started from, which was love.
That's home.
And God.
That's home.
However you want to term it.
Mm-hmm.
Source energy, creator, I don't care. Whatever, doesn't matter. The source of all things. So your choice is, after your ego death, after you integrate your dark side, are you going to choose, as a Cherokee like to say, which wolf are you going to feed? The black one or the white one? The dark one or the light one? That's your free will. Because we've been through it all. We've done all of it. We've done all of it. More than once. We have been through everything. Love to the highest and backstabbing and betrayal to the lowest.
Right.
In all of our lives. We all
We've
have
played
played
all these roles.
all the roles.
Yes.
And the reason is because this was the way to evolve humanity quickly.
Exactly.
Which is why we're here.
Right.
As twin flames and light workers and starseeds,
Right.
is to evolve this planet.
Right.
So how we do that, we come in our first incarnation, and we're just, we're pure divine, just pure love, pure, energy, but in a human body. And then throughout all of our lifetimes, because of the roles that we have been required to play, we kind of got stuck.
We did.
Because we forgot that we're just having a human experience.
Yeah.
It's not who we are.
Right.
It was a part that you played. So after the ego death, your life in this incarnation becomes your past life.
That's right. Everything that you knew before. Everything that you knew before.
You find your peace, you find your inner shaman, you find your union within, and it's just peace and bliss and joy, regardless if your twin is in your physical presence or not.
That's right.
But you have to go through this first,
Right.
really, before anything. I mean, you can come into union first. It's kind of disastrous if you have not healed
Right.
to the point, where you're just constantly triggering each other with every little thing that you need to heal. Everybody's different. Everybody's journey's different.
That's true.
None of us are exactly the same. Sorry about
Right.
that. We're outside. Oh.
We're on the
No, that is
patio,
actually
we're by the
never happened.
beach.
Anyway.
It's usually really quiet. Not today.
So it's easier as you go into your ego death and
It
all
is.
this darkness. And you're like, oh, I did this and I did that. I was this and I was that. No. What you have to do is you have to shed everything. And then once that's done, then you have to sink down into your heart space and
Yeah.
ask, who am I? Because you know who you are.
Right. If you've always,
in your
always
heart of
felt
hearts,
different,
You know who you are.
that's your first clue.
Forget everything that anybody ever told you about anything. And you ask your own divine within.
That's right. Because this ego death is meant for that. Is meant for you to get to know who you are.
As a soul.
Right.
Then you can integrate with your higher self.
Right.
Truly integrate
Truly.
with your higher self. We can talk, we can communicate with our higher selves. But this is about integrating the higher self. You can't integrate the higher self until you've integrated the light and the dark.
That's right. And then that's when you can become your own true divine channel.
So ego death. Let's talk about the anger and the frustration.
Oh, anger and frustration.
Because I know that's what a lot of us
Look,
experience.
those were the triggers. That's the trigger. Look, the truth in your healing when it comes to this is going to be what helps you be objective about these triggers. And that objectivity, that inner knowing, is what tells you that the triggers that you are giving to your divine partner or vice versa are only the examples of the karmic behavior, karmic situations that are needing to be released.
Exactly. Don't take it personally.
Exactly.
You can't take it personally. And when things come back up that you thought you've healed, and you probably have healed them to a point, but then
Right.
they have to continue to come up and up and up and up and up until
Right.
you're not triggered anymore.
Right.
When you finally snap and realize that, you know what, none of this stuff matters. None of this stuff is important. What is important is you, your connection to God, to the divine, and your connection to your twin. The more work that you do, the more work you do for them as well, because they always feel it, I promise you.
They feel it.
We have tested that theory
They feel it.
a lot. They feel everything. They may not know exactly what it is or where it's coming from. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the result is going to be the same. And if anything, it's better for you not to be triggering each other in your own physical because that, we've had some bad fights.
Yeah.
Arguments and yelling. Why? Because the frustration. Why the anger and frustration? Because your soul wants you to be in union already, because it's time for you to be in union already. But you have blocks. And how that manifests in us is negative emotions.
Exactly. And the negative emotions that you've held back on releasing, those are the negative emotions that create, those negative emotions are what creates the blocks. The blocks of that energy flow between you and your divine. Not just your divine counterpart, your twin flame, but your divine connection within. Your direct line, that open channel to your source energy, God, Spirit, whatever resonates with you. But that's the biggest point, the resonance of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the resonance of it that takes you to your healing, which is your knowing, your truth. And that's called being awakened. And everything else is symptom of the ascension of your awakening. And once you awaken, there's no going back.
Oh, there's definitely no going
There's
back.
no going back. Because you'll try it and meet all sorts of resistance.
You're not going to want to
You're not going to want to.
go back, ever. to
Ever.
that.
Because it is a bliss that is
A peace, a freedom.
is your peace, is your birthright, is your star seed, your star seed purpose. Wow.
You want to talk more about the new services?
Sure.
Might as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Can you talk about them on all of our videos and podcasts?
Right. So, throughout our union, throughout our healing, we're knowing that we become the light code. The crystal embodied DNA light code that helps us ascend, that helps us, trigger our awakening. So through this, we have channeled and we've experienced them as well. So now it's time for us to share them with you. The first being the
Multidimensional twin flame energy shift. That's step one.
Right, that's step one.
The step one actually is the free consultation, which you can book anytime on our website.
Right.
So step two is this.
Okay, is the twin flame integration attunement.
Right. That's part two.
Right, and then part three is the right here.
Sorry, we just wrote it down.
Right, the integration with your higher self.
Yes.
And
Clearing for your divine channel.
Right. Right.
So you're gonna jump into new timelines.
You are.
I promise.
This is
I've
giving
seen it.
you.
I felt it. I've been through it.
Yes, the shift happens when.
And then you're in instant manifestation.
That's true.
Instant
Instant.
manifestation.
And the knowing of what instant manifestation is, coming from a 3D perspective, does not give it justice in the 5D. That truth is in your healing. Always. It will always be in your healing. Always be in your healing. It doesn't matter how many tarot readers you go see. They can only give you so much.
Because the universe is not going to allow them.
That's right.
Because you're a twin flame on this journey, congratulations. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Equipment. okay, since you're a twin flame on this journey, on this path, there's a lot that you don't get to know. And nobody else can look at that for you. I mean, there's certain things, yes, because there's certain things that you have to have for your healing to get to the next step.
Right.
But the focus is on the healing.
That's right.
And then what we do takes it, it's when you've done the healing, when you've done the work, and you're still stuck, then we can quantum leap you. We can go with you on the journey and quantum leap you.
Right.
With our energy, with our light code, with our union light code.
That's right. Right.
So I guess that's about it for now. We don't have this up on our website yet. I'm still working on it, so just contact us
Through our email.
twinflamemystique1111@gmail.com, or you can comment on this podcast or video. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much.